and welcome to a new video. You've already seen the title of this vlog, of this reading vlog, and you saw that today we're gonna do the TikTok filter chooses my next reads. I did 3 of them, so I'm gonna read 3 books in this reading vlog. One of them was Enemies to Lovers. For that, I chose Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. I've heard that this has enemies to lovers in it. I really wanted to read this because it's fantasy with a romance subplot. It's just what I like. Next one that I did was that book bracket, that romance book bracket. I got Things We Never Get Over. I have not finished this in my last reading challenge because I didn't think it was that interesting, but I am gonna finish it for this vlog. And then I did that Which Book Talk Book Are You? And I got Shatter Me, and I am gonna read that. I'm gonna buddy read that with a friend, and I need for her to wait for me to finish this book. I'm gonna start reading and see you when I have an actual reading update. So if you're wondering why this is me in my intro clothes, because I already finished Kingdom of the Wicked, obviously. It was literally such a good book. I loved the fantasy element in it. I love that this story takes place in Italy and not just the USA or something like that. Wrath is such an interesting character, and I'm so excited to find more about him and in the next books, because I'm obviously gonna buy the next book and the 3rd book. And I annotated it. I think I did. I annotated it literally so much. This was a really great read. I recommend this to absolutely everyone. The next book I'm going to read is Things We Never Get Over, because how I told you in the intro, I have to finish this book so I can read Shatter Me with my friend. I'm gonna finish this. Or this is a really chunky book, but I'm gonna finish this. See you later when I have even more reading updates. So I know it's been a while since I last talked to you, or at least I know. I haven't yet talked to you about Things We Never Get Over by Lucy Sore. I cannot say it was one of my favorites. Like, surely it's different from The American Roommate Experiment by Elena Armas, but I enjoyed that a lot more than I did with this book, knowing it's like a fluffy romance. I did not really feel much for any of the characters. Like, I felt like Knox was acting like a spoiled child, when in reality, he's not a teenager. Like, he's not a child, he's not a teenager even, he's not in his 20s, he's in his 40s, and he acts like a child, and I just don't get that. And, Naomi, who is actually younger than him, she acts like his mother. So, some things that I really liked was the child in this book, Waylay. Waylay is like so fun. And also Knox's grandmother was one of my favorite characters, and I like Naomi's story. I like Knox's story. Again, this book, if you don't know, has a 3rd act breakup. If you don't know what that means, it means that the 2 main characters' love interests broke up in the last part of the book. And that's like the inciting incident that happened, and that's like the climax of the story. I do not think I have more to say about this book. I gave it a 3.5 star read. Like, if you enjoy this kind of story where the love interest acts like a spoiled child, then sure. But it was not for me, and I had quite bigger expectations for this. The last book that I picked out, or that was in the like filter, TikTok filter thing, was Shatter Me by the Harry Mafi. I'm gonna give you a review of it, and just let's get to reading, I guess. Hi again. Do you recognize the clothing? Because I do. And this is because it's the same day. It's the same day as I filmed this update. So, Shatter Me. This was not a 5-star read. This was not a 5-star read. This was a 4-star read. And the reason, I think it's one of those series where the first one is not a 5-star read. It's like a 4-star, maybe even lower. And then it gets better as it goes. Like, I think the next book is gonna be... What's the next book? I have no idea what it's called. But I think the next book will be a 5-star read, or will be close to it, because I really enjoyed this one. I really did. And I'm really excited to see what happens to Aaron. I'm surely gonna read his novella thing. I don't really want to spoil it for you, like, and I feel like a lot of people know what Shatter Me is about, so I don't know if I should tell you about it or not. It's basically about this girl, Juliet. She has this like magical power. Whenever she touches someone, they feel hurt, like intense pain, and she can eventually unalive someone by just her touch. And she thinks she's a monster when she discovers in this book that she's actually not. And we follow in this journey of her learning more things about herself and discovering that, oh, I'm not a monster, and I actually deserve respect, and I deserve to be tolerated and loved. And it's just her journey, and the first part of her journey, because this is not... there are 6 books in the series, plus the novellas. I don't know how many there are. I think 4 or 5. But I'm going to continue this story because I really like the characters. I really like the plot line. I feel like I haven't read a dystopian book in so much time, and I forgot how much I enjoy those. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna ignore my May TBR and read the novella. Read the novella in the second book. I'm gonna order the second book right now, because this was literally so good, and I'm really excited to see what happens. Like, I don't want to spoil it for you. I don't want to spoil the end for you, even though I think you've already read this book, because literally everyone and their mother has read this book. I'm just so excited to see what happens in the next one. So yeah, that's all I have to say. So this is a 4-star, if you didn't know. By the end of this little challenge, I really like this. Like, this was a 4-star, this was 3.5, and this was a 5-star. Beginning of the week, it was a 5-star. I think I've seen that TikTok books are actually kind of great. I just have to, read the synopsis and make sure that I actually read the book because I enjoy what's it about. For example, I'm not big on romances, and I think that kind of ruined it for me. I think that's what ruined things we never get over for me. I feel like when looking over on Book Talk or Bookstagram, we always pick books that other people like. We always tend to forget that their taste in books can be totally different than yours. Like, some people may like a certain type of trope and you might not, and that's totally fine, because people have different perspectives on things, because we're unique and we're different. So yeah, this was a kind of nice experiment to see if BookTok books are worth it. They surely are. You can trust BookTok, but just make sure you read what the book is about before picking the book, because you cannot enjoy it as much as you think you will. Like, if I knew this has a 3rd act breakup, then I wouldn't have picked it up. But I didn't know, and That kind of bummed me out. This was a nice experiment, and I can't wait to do it again. If you want to. I'm not really sure. I think every book that I read is a booktube book by now. But anyways, I've talked for too much. So yeah, I hope you liked this video, and see you next time in another one. Goodbye.